Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. As you can maybe tell from the setup, I'm back in my usual spot. I am back home in Japan after about a month and a half of visiting family in Canada. I really wasn't posting that much during that time, which I explained in a members video, but basically there were quite a few family events going on and I was just healing and processing some past stuff, but we are back now. Maybe you can hear Yumi snoring in the background too. We are so back. I'm very happy to be back here. And thank you so much for your patience while I just stepped back a little bit in the month of June. So today's topic is one that we've done a few times before on this channel. Basically, we're gonna be finding out where the F your soulmate is. And we're gonna look at this from a few different angles. I do wanna see where they are in a more like metaphorical sense, like where they're at in their journey in life, but also I wanna know where they are literally. So we're gonna see if we can figure out, are they nearby you? Are they somewhere far away? Where are they located? Where are they? What are they doing? What is taking them so long? And we're also going to see what you and they will do in order to align with each other. So yeah, that's the reading we're gonna be doing today. Just before I get into it, I wanted to give a shout out and a huge thank you to Katerina, who so kindly sent me this oracle deck that we're gonna be using today. This is the Blue Oracle. Katerina has also made the Blue Tarot, which you maybe are familiar with. I use it quite a bit in my readings because it's one of my favorites. It's just so beautiful. So Katerina is an artist based in Ukraine. Let me show you. These are hand drawn and watercolor painted. Look at this. Look at how beautiful that is. I love the silver foil, and also I love a matte card. They make me so happy. Very good for filming, but the cardstock is excellent quality, and these are meant to be a match with the Blue Tarot. So we're gonna use them together today. See how they go together. One thing that makes the oracle different from the tarot deck is that it has these lovely red accents in the artwork, and this is meant to represent revival and warmth. It says on the back of the deck that this oracle was started in the Ukrainian winter blackout and was finished in a blessed time of spring and warmth. So this is really inspiring. I'm so happy to be able to support this deck. I'm so happy to be appreciating human-made art. Hi, I'm just popping back in to mention that the final version of this oracle deck will also come with a guidebook. So I'm gonna have the Kickstarter link down below if you guys would like to support this project. And thank you so much again to Katerina for sending this deck, and I hope you guys look forward to seeing it in action during this reading. So there are 4 groups to choose from today. I'm gonna show you each of these crystals up close one by one, and please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. Number 1 is Carnelian. Number 2 is clear quartz. Number 3 is Lapis Lazuli. And number 4 is Cinnabite. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones. So if you guys chose the Carnelian, this is going to be your reading. We're gonna start off by getting some messages from the Blue Oracle, which I talked about a little bit in the intro. If you guys like this deck and you would like to support it, I'm gonna have the Kickstarter link down below. What do my group ones need to know for their first messages? We have enjoy the silence. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna keep going, but that's already giving me a feeling. The choice. And this one fell into my lap, running free. And I just saw 111 as well. So you guys might know, like, I always say something when a card falls into my lap because it makes me think of that expression. Like when you manifest something very easily and effortlessly, we say it just fell into my lap. So I feel like my group ones, you could be manifesting something in the very near future that brings, I'm hearing, an unprecedented freedom to your life. I'm also hearing it's the freedom that you need most right now. So that's going to be different for my various group one people who are watching this right now, but think about what the freedom you need most is right now. Maybe it's a freedom of time, maybe it's a freedom of money, maybe it's emotional freedom, the freedom to choose, to make a choice for yourself, the freedom to express yourself. And of course, it could be multiple of these. This is not me saying like you have to pick one, but I think that the freedom that you are really craving is going to manifest in your life very soon. Now, let's talk about these. I'm just feeling this like imminent breakthrough for my group ones, and maybe that kind of ties into this running free message as well. Like you're about to break free from your old life, your old frequency, your old way of being, your old thought patterns. You're finally freeing yourself from a loop or a cycle of some kind and finally being able to create a different result with your efforts. Your life is about to shift in a major way. And I do think you're going to be much happier in this new chapter, feeling a lot more aligned with the person you came here to be. Like the person your soul came here to be, you're feeling much more aligned with that. Something that is coming through is just remember that no manifestation and no new chapter is like the fix-all to your problems or the thing that will make you ultimately and permanently happy. It feels like you're just trading in your current problems for different ones that are better and more worth it. So this new life is coming, and there's hard work ahead in that. And there's other problems that you're going to be dealing with, but there's this feeling of like, I would much rather these be my problems in life, because these problems indicate that I'm living my dream life as my dream self. These are problems that are worth my time. These are problems that I want to work through. These are problems that help me grow. So tell that to your brain who is afraid of making these changes. But what if these problems arise? But what if this arises? What if this difficulty comes up? Like, yes, it will, but your current situation also has problems and difficulties, but they're just not worth it. And they're just not aligned with the dream you. So your brain may be kind of holding you back from stepping forward into this new reality, because it's like, it's freaking you out that there's going to be these challenges. And it's like, well, the challenges are going to be in your life no matter what. So pick your reality and pick the challenges that come with that. I think you would much rather have the ones on the new path. I think you would much rather have the ones in the new reality. So don't be afraid to step into it. And the more I talk about this, I'm realizing that your soulmate is in this new reality. Like they're kind of waiting for you after this timeline shift that you are currently going through. So don't be afraid. Let's roll some astro dice as well. Wow, okay. We have the 10th house, we have the south node, and we have the sign of Aquarius. Actually, at the time that I'm filming this, it's the North Node that's about to enter Aquarius. The South Node will be in Leo, but something about that transit could be significant to you. Some of you could have South Node in Aquarius natally, or South Node in the 10th house, or maybe your soulmate does. But that's definitely giving me the vibe of you moving towards your long-term goals, especially those that are related to your career, related to the legacy you want to build, related to the public image that you want to build for yourself, what you want to be known for. Maybe that's where the breakthrough is coming, and as you move more towards that, that's where you'll find your soulmate. That's not necessarily me saying that like you're gonna work with them or they're gonna show up in your professional field, although they very well could. But I just think that the timeline you align with as you are pursuing those goals, that's where your soulmate is. Whatever sign your South Node is in could have some wisdom for you. And also whatever your midheaven is could have some wisdom for you on this journey. Also, I'm hearing that you're gonna find your soulmate when you stop performing. I guess like stop performing a version of you that you had created to feel safer or to be accepted or to conform. Your soulmate is a little weird. And I feel, I'm not saying that in a bad way, eccentric, if you will. They could have an unconventional career. They just kind of go to the beat of their own drum. They don't really care about trends or the popular opinion. They don't care about being, well, they care about being liked by people that matter in their life, but they don't care about being liked by everyone, by the masses. They don't care about being palatable to the largest number of people possible. They're not afraid of being disliked or being misunderstood because it's like, well, the ones who get it will get it. Those are my people. And maybe there's something about you adopting that mindset as well. Like, not everybody has to get me. Just my soulmate, just my soul group, just my people. Why would I care if the others don't? Like, they're not characters in my story. So why does it matter? We're not... I just heard like, we're not reading Harry Potter, like worrying about what Luke Skywalker is thinking. Like, he's not in the story, bitch. Like, there's certain people who are not even characters in your story, whose opinions you may care about, and that consciously or unconsciously shape how you show up in the world and how you express yourself. And it's when you stop performing in that way that I think you find your soulmate. And some of you may even be unconsciously showing up and expressing yourself in a way you imagine your soulmate would like you to be. In a way you imagine makes yourself more appealing to them. But it's actually when you just drop that act and you are your unique, weird self, and even let some of your, like, you can be clumsy, you can be awkward, you can be imperfect, you can say the wrong thing sometimes. Like, all of that is endearing. All of that is endearing to your soulmate. And it's relatable and endearing to the people you are meant to inspire and the people you are meant to impact in this lifetime. Your people. Yeah. Okay, so let's use this deck to see where your soulmate is. So I want to see, like, where are they at in general, just in their life? Whoop! Okay. Fell on the floor. Oh, it's the Tower. All right, they're going through something. The keywords are disruption and conflict. The Tower is here to set them free, though. If you think about the Tower's placement in the major arcana, the devil comes before it. So they were in a place of feeling stuck, of feeling trapped. The Tower comes in to shake things up, which can be jarring, which can be scary. But after that comes the Star, which is renewal, which is hope, which is healing, which is a bright and promising future. So they may be kind of going through it right now. There could be a lot of stuff in their life that's being shaken up. There could be a lot of uncertainty, instability. Certain things are falling apart. I just heard like they could be having falling outs with some people. I also just heard like long-standing partnerships, which that wording kind of made me think of like business contracts, business partnerships. Like, I don't know, I just had this flash in my mind's eye of like these people who have been business partners for years and years, and then one of them like betrays the other. And I don't know if that's literally what they went through or it's kind of like symbolic of what they went through. Like, we had an agreement, we had a partnership, we were going to be in this for the long run, and then you went and turned away. Some foundations are being shaken up in their life, and they kind of have to build new ones. But something else that's coming through is that your soulmate is incredibly introspective, and they've done a lot of shadow work, like just throughout their life. They've done a lot of inner work. I feel like they've healed a lot of their childhood wounds, or at least are aware of them so that those wounds don't blindly control their behavior. They've done a lot of the inner work such that even when their outer world gets very chaotic, they have that inner foundation to come back to. They have a really strong self-trust. Like, whatever shit life throws at me, I'm going to figure it out. Like, yes, it might suck right now, but I know that I'm going to be okay because like I've got my back. So you can betray me. I don't know about that, but I won't betray myself. I have my back. Oh, I love that. They have a really nice relationship of trust and love towards themselves. And ooh, I could definitely see them being a really big like rock in your life. Also, when I said really big rock, I thought about an engagement ring that has like a huge, you know, a huge rock. Woo, okay. Where are they in the connection with you? They're saying to you, I need you to put yourself first. Like, I'm gonna need you to put yourself first, my dear. That, for some reason, that came across kind of like, like, you know better, you know better. Kind of like lecturing, but not in an annoying way, in like a I care about you way. This is giving like Virgo. Your soulmate could have like a Virgo, Mars, Moon, Venus. They could be a Libra with Virgo placements or vice versa. They don't have to, but just a confirmation for some of you. Where are they at in the connection with you, and why is it taking so long to come out? I think, and maybe this is just me speculating, I think you might have a blind spot when it comes to putting yourself first, like for your material desires, you know, like for your professional goals, for your creative ventures, for your academic goals, for your passions. you feel like, oh, I'm making time for myself, I'm putting myself first, and your soulmate is like, no, you're not. Like, you have a blind spot when it comes to prioritizing yourself in that way, but they have a blind spot maybe with like putting themselves first in matters of the heart. Because it's like, why? You're just, they have these feelings in their heart that they're not acting on. And I don't know if like they already know you and these are like feelings for you, or if you haven't met yet, it's probably like their desire to find love, their desire to have romance and whimsy in their life, their desire to be soft, their desire to love and be loved, you know. They need to put themselves first too. They just want to be cared for. Maybe they do a lot of caring for other people and they want to be cared for. I also, something came through about them wanting a home cooked meal. So maybe they don't get to, maybe they're really busy and they're always just like, you know, eating outside, or they don't really have time to, you know, have a proper meal at home. Specifically coming through like that for some reason. Ooh, that's a lot. You see how long this is taking though? And then this fuck ass pile of cards comes out. Like, where are they at? Okay. Thank you. We have the Dawn of Cups, which I believe is the Page of Cups. Yeah, curiosity and discovery. Maybe they're just starting to kind of turn inward and get acquainted with the emotions that are stirring in their heart. I feel like they've always wanted to experience true love, but kind of keep that desire inside, or just haven't really done much to pursue it. And they're kind of thinking like, maybe I'm gonna look for love, or maybe I'm gonna try to manifest love into my life. And they're sort of playing with this idea of making it a main focus, of making it a priority in their life. Again, if you already know this person, this could represent the feelings for you that have been stirring in their heart, and they're just now kind of like having time to unpack them. And they're approaching it with curiosity. I do think there's a little part of them, just based on the way the deck was behaving. It's like they're afraid if they pull a thread too much, like a dam is gonna break. And maybe they're afraid that there's gonna be a lot of feelings in there. They're gonna be really intense, or something about their desire for love or their feelings for you. If they already know you, it feels like opening a can of worms. Like they don't know what's gonna come out. Maybe they've never experienced feelings quite like this before, or they've never met someone quite like you before, and they're curious but like kind of nervous. Not like you make them nervous, but just, I don't know, it's a new adventure. Now, why did that take so long to come out? And I feel like it was such a quick message. I wonder if like some of your early communications, there's a lot of tension and anticipation. And then when they do finally express themselves, it's like so simple or so short. But with time, they'll get more comfortable, because I do feel like this person feels deeply and they also have a lot to say. They like to express, they like to talk. They just need to get comfortable with you. And I know we talk a lot about like, oh, when you meet your soulmate, you'll just know and your heart will burst open. But I feel like they could be just a little bit shy around you at first. Just a little bit shy. And again, it's nothing like you're intimidating or you're making them nervous, but there's some like, I'm hearing like uncharted territory, whatever that means. I don't know, maybe something's like a first for them. It's the first time they meet someone like you. It's the first time they feel this way. And something's just kind of like, it almost feels like bashful. Like not nervous in a I'm shaking way, but nervous in like I'm blushing way, if that makes sense. Where are they literally? Where are they located? Now that came out quickly. You see how fast this one came out, which that leads me to believe that they are in very close proximity to you. So if you don't know who this person is yet, they're not far away. To the point that if you, and I'm not saying you have Tinder, but if you downloaded Tinder right now, they would appear. They're like in the, well actually, I think you can change that radius. But whatever the default one is, like they show you people within a certain radius, they would be there. So like they're in your city, that's what it feels like. They're in your city, they're close by. If you already know this person, this could also be a sign that very soon they're going to be moving house or moving workplaces or even changing a place that they frequent. Why did I hear like doctor's office? Maybe they're a doctor or like work in healthcare, or maybe you do. But like just an example, like if you switch doctors and now you go to a doctor's office in this side of town, like there's something about where they live or a place they frequently go to that is changing, and it's going to be much closer to you. Like you could literally pass each other on the street. That's what it's giving. So we have the 10 of Wands, responsibility and challenges. So maybe it's their workplace that is moving. I feel like they're going through it in their work right now. Like that partnership stuff, that could definitely be business related. A falling out with a client, with a partner, with a whole workplace. I'm also getting a feeling of downsizing. Maybe they're moving offices because they had to downsize. Or I don't know. But it's temporary. They're just going through some stuff. But yeah, they're close by for sure. The number 10 could be significant because we have it showing up twice. Is there anything else? Wherever they are, I feel like they're not going that far away. They're not, like take me for example. You never know when I'm gonna be flying to another continent. You never know where I'm gonna be. But I feel like they're gonna be kind of staying put for a while because they have big tasks ahead. They have big things to work on. They're kind of locked in. And I think, you know what I think? In the past, they might have thought that looking for love and allowing themselves to dream about love or allowing themselves to explore the connection with you, they might have thought that that was like going to interrupt what they were working towards. But I think they're seeing it very differently now, in that pursuing love and pursuing their personal goals actually like fuel each other and can go hand in hand. And they feel better when they make space for both. They used to think that they had to choose one or the other. And that's probably just like conditioning narratives that they've picked up from other people around them. Like you either choose love or choose your career, or you have to prioritize this or prioritize that in your life. But they're feeling like making space for both. It makes the most sense. and it energizes them the most and it makes them the happiest, and like they both add to their life. And so while maybe in the past they would kind of use their busyness to mask their longing for love or to mask the feelings in their heart, it's like now when they're getting busier, they actually want to connect to their heart even more and like lean on you or lean on the desire for love even more. It's like inspiring them. It's giving them hope. It's giving them like a reason to push through in the first place. Okay. So how will you guys align with each other? I'm hot. I gotta make the AC colder. I don't know why this message is coming up now, but I heard something like you're very good at reading this person and you can tell when they're acting from love versus when they're acting from fear. And there may be certain moments in the near future, or maybe this has already happened, where you're kind of calling them out. Like you're not making that choice from an aligned place. You're not making that choice from love. I know you're just making this choice because you're afraid of XYZ. Like your heart's not really in it. You're calling them out for something. I'm also smelling eucalyptus right now. Ooh, okay, we have the 8 of Wands. The Fool. I'm gonna keep the reversal because I think the reversals represent what they're doing. We have the 9 of Pentacles in the upright. So the upright cards represent what you are doing in order to align with this union, and the reversals represent what they are doing. They need to take some kind of leap of faith. And this is so interesting. I should have said something when it happened, but when the Tower card came out, I was getting this feeling of a tower in their life that was only half destroyed, and they have to decide if they want to rebuild that tower or just start from scratch. And I literally saw in my mind's eye, like imagine a tall tower. I ain't talking about Eiffels. Anyway, imagine a tall tower and like the whole top half got destroyed. So it's just like the bottom levels of the tower that are still intact. And so you might think like, oh no, we can work with this. We can build it back up. But you might just want to start over and build a new tower. And so I feel like they're going through something like that in their life. And then this, to me, looks like a tree that got sliced in half. Like this looks like a tree stump and there's a branch coming out. I feel like something in their life got cut down. Maybe they lost a lot of progress, or at least that's what it feels like. They lost a lot of progress in something, or something got hurt. They lost a chunk of something. Not all of it, but a part of it. And they have to decide, like, do I keep going with this, even though things are missing from it now? Or do I start anew? And I feel like the Fool here is saying if they can take a leap of faith and start anew, they're going to find what they truly desire. But they're kind of scared to do that right now. They're so used to doing things in a certain way. Maybe they haven't done something spontaneous in a long time. They haven't been a beginner in a very long time. They're used to being at the top, and so it feels weird to start something new. They're used to working in teams and like doing what the team wants to do. Interesting. And maybe they don't even have to like throw away what they've invested in. Maybe it's not about like throwing something away, but just about starting something new, trying something new, diving into a different project. It definitely seems like for both of you, like pursuing the ventures that your heart desires will lead you to each other. Whether that's because you're directly working together, that's probably just a few of you. For a lot of you, it's probably more just like the timeline that you end up on while you're pursuing these ventures is where you will find each other. I feel like when you meet, they're gonna be kind of struggling. Like they're doing good. I don't want to like make you worried about them. They're just in the kind of struggle era. You know, we all have ups and downs. And they're just in a kind of, this is a period of my life where things are hard and I'm working really hard. And you are going to be in a period of reaping your rewards. So you've just been through that struggle chapter and now you're reaping your rewards. And when you meet them, they're still actively in the struggle chapter. So maybe you can help them, or maybe you can just be there as a reminder that it does get better. You'll give them strength. You do give them strength. I think, you know, with the Page of Cups too, I feel like you inspire them and you make them feel like it's safe to start anew. It's safe to turn a new leaf. It's safe to explore new things. It's okay to just be like a curious beginner and a student of life. I feel like for a long time, your soulmate has been in this role of like, I have everything figured out and I know what I'm doing and I'm at a very high level, and really like solidified into that role. Maybe that's how others perceive them. So to go now into this stage that's like, oh, I'm trying new things, I'm experimenting, I'm starting a new journey. Maybe that feels like uncomfortable to them. It feels unnatural. It feels like regressing, but it's not regressing. It's moving forward. Like, it's time for a new dawn for them. It's time for a new adventure. And you, group one, are making them feel like it's possible because you claimed your new adventure. You claimed your new freedom and you're thriving. I do feel like you're going to get quite busy in this new era of your life in a good way, busy with good things. There's going to be a lot of people who want a piece of you, including your soulmate. So I just heard like keep your DMs open. So I don't know, maybe they're gonna be like reaching out to you. They're gonna be approaching you in some way. Make sure that you're checking your inboxes. Sometimes things get lost in there. You're gonna hear from them. And they're gonna be praising you and saying similar things that a lot of people are saying, or that are going to be saying about you. You're about to receive a lot of praise and recognition for your efforts, and people like admiring you and wanting to get involved with you. And I feel like your soulmate is one of them. And yeah, not everybody gets a response from you, but they will. So yeah, I just really want to stress, like, they're gonna be okay. I hope I wasn't painting it like, oh my gosh, their life is awful right now. It's just hard, but like, they can handle it, you know? Yeah. That's probably them coming through. Like, don't worry about me, I'm good. But they are good. Like, it's gonna be worth it. It's all gonna be worth it. And your struggles and your hard work is about to pay off as well. I'm very excited to see these cards. So, battery is about to die, so let me change that. Okay, so we are going to do a little extended reading today, and this is what came through for you guys. We are going to see how they will approach you. So if you haven't met this person yet, we'll be looking at when they're approaching you for the first time. How are they gonna do that? And if you've already met this person, we'll see the next time they approach you. And then the next thing that came through is, so if you have not met this person yet, we're gonna look at your first date or your first one-on-one time together. If you've already met this person, then we're gonna look at your next date or your next one-on-one time together. And then we're gonna look at any time frames, signs, and synchronicities that you should be aware of on this journey. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me in the extended, that's gonna be linked down below in the description and the pinned comment. That's available on Patreon or YouTube memberships. And on Patreon, you have the option of just doing like the one-time purchase. So you don't have to join, you can just access this one reading. But if you are considering joining the memberships, you would get access to all of the extended readings that go up every month. So I'm super grateful to everyone who considers that option. If you're gonna leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And if you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have a link down below my Instagram, my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video that is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your soulmate, your higher selves, your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye! Hi number twos, so if you guys chose the clear quartz, this is going to be your reading. We're gonna start by getting some messages from the blue oracle, which I talked about in the intro. If you guys like this deck and you want to support the Kickstarter, it's gonna be linked down below. And then I'm also gonna roll some astro dice for this part. So what do my group twos need to know to start off this reading? We have the poison. With this card, I'm hearing something is hitting close to home. Maybe there's a wound that is being triggered right now, or something coming to the surface. Something that you want to let go of, but still might feel like the positives outweigh the negatives, or you're afraid of losing the sweet side of things, so you can't let go, and you'll take the sweet with all the bitterness. This message might just be for a few of you, but if you are in a connection with someone who, like, the connection makes you happy every now and then, but most of the time you are worrying, most of the time you're anxious, you're upset, it's not worth holding on for those little sweet moments that may or may not come every once in a while. But this definitely doesn't have to be a connection. Like some of you could be, maybe there's like a habit that you need to let go of, but there's a little part of you that's still attached to whatever comfort or pleasure you get from that habit. Even though you know deep down that letting go of it would be so much more beneficial to you. Whatever the case may be, if this is your group, it seems like you may be actively engaging in something that you know deep down is not the best for you. And I feel like you intend to let go, but there's still a little bit of fear there. So maybe this is your sign, like it's time to finish this chapter. It's time to quit this habit. It's time to let go of this person who does not deserve you. We have the mask. And we have the late wealth. Okay, now this could be a literal message for some of you, that you could be manifesting wealth and reaching your material goals later on in life. But because this is a relationship reading, it could be that some of you are finding your true love a bit later in life, or maybe even now at the time that you're watching this, you feel like this stage in your life is later than you expected to find love. Maybe there's a part of you that feels like, I should have received this blessing by now. With the mask here, it could be that someone is wearing a mask around you, or you could feel like you need to hide certain parts of yourself. And when you meet the right person, you won't have to wear this mask. And when the right person is with you, they won't be wearing a mask. There may be also, like, just looking at this older person, like their face looks kind of disappointed. Some of you may find that as time goes by and as you get older, you're more like disappointed in people, or disappointed with how people behave in relationships, or the options or lack thereof that are out there for you in relationships. Maybe your belief in true love has kind of been dwindling. I don't know, there's something about this older person's face that seems like kind of hopeless, and it's giving the sense like maybe when you were younger, you really believed in true love and believed that you were gonna find your soulmate, but these days, like obviously you still have some hope or you wouldn't be here, but I do kind of wonder if your belief in your soulmate being out there or you coming into union with them is kind of dwindling. And this may just be a matter of you, like maybe it's part of your life plan or something in your birth chart, maybe something about where Saturn is placed. But it could just be that there's very significant blessings that you receive later on in your life. Later is subjective. It's not like a magic number or age, but just it could be later than you expect, but is still very much worth the wait. For some of you, you maybe had to go on a journey of discovering who you truly are beneath the masks that you wore to be accepted by society, or the masks that you had wore for so long that you mistook it as part of your identity. It's like if you had met your person sooner in life, you might not recognize each other because of the masks you were wearing. Or you may have chosen the wrong person because of the mask they were wearing, or not really having discovered yourself yet, identifying so much with the mask that you wear. and not seeing clearly like what it is that you really want in a relationship. This is not like a delay that's just happening to make things difficult or because like you're not worthy yet. There's a purpose for it so that the right person can come along at the right time. I feel like another poison could be like judging yourself or comparing your journey to the journeys of other people. Okay, let's roll some astro dice. I don't even know where that went. Okay, we have the North Node, which fell on the floor very loudly. I do just want to confirm to you, like, finding love and being with your soulmate is in your life plan. It is in your destiny. It's just happening later than what you expected. But later doesn't mean never, and later doesn't mean wrong. And later doesn't mean punishment either. Like some of you might feel like, oh, the universe is punishing me, or the universe is withholding something from me, or I'm doing something wrong. And that's not the case at all. The more time goes by, the more you know who you are. You have Libra, North Node in Libra. Yeah, like you are destined to have true love in this lifetime and to be in a committed partnership. You are. Many of you are destined to get married. Something I think is very interesting is that maybe you saw like my fingers knocked the dice. And I do that pretty often by accident, but usually when that happens, the dice will roll over onto something else because like I knock them over and it flips onto something else. This time I knocked both of the dice and neither of them changed. So there's this feeling like this is your destiny and you cannot mess it up. And oh my gosh, I know that feeling. Like when something is taking longer than you expected, you can't help but get in your head. Like, did I do something wrong? It's like, this is a very simple example, but it's like when you order something to your house and like the delivery date came and went and it's just taking a long time, you start to think like, did I put the wrong address? Did my card not go through? You start thinking of all these things that you could have possibly done wrong. And especially if you're like into manifesting and stuff, you start to think of like, oh, did I mess up my manifestation? Was my vibe off? Like I just saw 1010 as well, which is the Wheel of Fortune. Like this is in your destiny. You can't mess it up. And we have 12, the 12th house. Yeah, I mean, this is a soulmate reading, so it makes sense that you are destined to be with your soulmate, but this is a very high level soulmate. This is a very deep spiritual connection. Many of you, even if you haven't met this person yet, you probably sense them. You probably dream about them. It's your soul that knows they're out there, and then it's like a weary, tired mind, I think, that doubts it sometimes, or feels like, yes, they are out there, but it's not going to happen in this lifetime. I feel like there's a phase of getting in your head about it, and then almost this, when I look at his face, I feel like a resignation. And that's okay. Like I don't think there's anything you could do to stop this blessing unless you outright didn't want it. But no like vibration you're in, no emotion you're in is going to stop it. So if having hope is too like exhausting sometimes, it's okay. Like it's okay to put that down. Don't worry about like your, I don't know, your vibration or whatever. It's okay. Some things are just meant for you, and it is what it is. Okay, so let's answer the question of where they are. By the way, some of you could have North Node in Libra natally. which I think you could be like a, what do you call it? A young millennial, elder Gen Z. I'm trying to think what years the North Node was in Libra. And it's a bit younger than me. I don't know, 96, 97, somewhere around there. And then could also be other ages. That's just the one that I know off the top of my head. But yeah, you could have a North Node in Libra natally, or North Node in the 12th house. You could be a Scorpio rising and have Libra in the 12th house. Whoop. You could be other rising signs and have a bit of, well, other rising signs. You could be a Libra rising and have a bit of Libra in the 12th house. Or this could be your soulmate's placements. It doesn't have to be, but that's just some extra confirmation. So anyway, for where your soulmate is at overall in their journey, we have the Shadow. So this is the Devil card. And I feel like that's energetically quite similar to the Poison. Like something you know you need to let go of, but that you might still have an attachment to. And we have the King of Swords. So you're in a very similar place, I feel, you and your soulmate. You could be in a period of shadow work, a period of purging, I'm hearing. Processing things so that they can dissipate. A pitfall that your soulmate might be coming up against is, like, they are facing their shadow and they are seeing it, but I feel like sometimes they take an approach of trying to rationalize everything in order to minimize the emotion or to try to make sense of it, which is a good thing to do, but not everything needs to make sense when it comes to emotions and shadows. And sometimes I feel like their attempts to rationalize and analyze things kind of take away the raw emotion that they're supposed to feel. But they are actively engaging in this shadow work. Where are they in the connection with you? Oh, we have the Six of Cups. Serenity, healing. Oh, I just heard like you are their peace. So whatever shadow work they're going through, it may be something that's kind of separate from the connection. I mean, it could very well affect the connection between the two of you sometimes, but it feels like you are their peace. You are their happiness. Your energy is like this reassuring warm blanket or a warm hug that they receive, and they know that everything is going to be okay. When I look at this ocean, I'm seeing this visual of a sunset on the ocean. So it's like the sunset is this rich orange and it's tinging the surface of the water. So it looks like this brilliant, deep orange water. Like it's very beautiful. And I feel like that's how they see your energy, or that's how they experience your energy, if that makes sense. Like this gleaming, sparkling water that is charged with the rich orange of the sun. I feel like it gets kind of abstract when I'm explaining what souls look like or feel like or how they're experienced, but I feel like that's your energy, like this warm water imbued with the sun. I hope that makes sense. That'd be really cool if you had, like, in your birth chart, if you had the sun in a water sign or in a water house, like 4th, 8th, 12th house. Let me know. But yeah, you're definitely like this calming, healing, and soothing energy for them. They're very familiar with your energy, so I feel like if you've met in the 3D, they know they know that you are their person. If you haven't met in the 3D, they feel you, they recognize you. It's like they've been feeling your energy forever. The Six of Cups gives this feeling of familiarity and comfort. And again, if you've met in the 3D, there's probably times that they look back on in your connection very fondly. It's like I'm hearing memories of you keep them warm. But whatever the case may be in the 3D, like I think they just sense this warm familiarity and remembrance with you. And where are they literally? Like, where are they located? Some of you probably already know this, but let's just see what comes out. We have the Spirit of Wands, enthusiastic, adventurous. This is the Knight of Wands. This is just for some of you, but they may be traveling or going on a trip soon, or they could be relocating soon, and that could lead to you meeting if you haven't met them yet. And that's the other thing, like when it comes to getting in your head and wondering if you've done something wrong, sometimes it's not you. Like it's not about what you're doing or not doing. Because remember, like there's a whole other person on the other side of this journey. And let's say, for example, let's just say like they're in a different country than you. They have their life journey to go through, certain experiences they need to have, certain milestones. For some reason, I want to say certain things with family that they need to experience. And then it will come a time like where it is time for them to take off and relocate. And so it's not always about, like, that's kind of the one thing with, I mean, I've been thinking about this a lot for a long time, but thinking about it even more recently, how this idea of like, you can control your reality instantly and manifest whatever you want instantly is kind of harmful, because then it leads to this like, oh, well, if it's not happening, then it means I did something wrong. I failed to manifest it. And sometimes like you just need to live more life. Like things just need to unfold. And yes, we need to actively participate in life, but we also need to respect the unfolding of life. I'm not saying you're not doing that, just that sometimes the narratives around manifestation don't really make space for that, I feel. And I just really, really want to stress, like, however long this journey is taking, it's less about like, oh, you didn't manifest it, or you're doing this, or you're not doing that. It's just how your lives are unfolding. And there's like certain life experiences. And maybe for some of you, there is like a physical distance that will be closed when the time is right. Like when it makes sense in your life journey to move somewhere, or when it makes sense in their life journey to move somewhere. But you are both in motion. Like your journeys are unfolding as planned. I feel like a really positive energy with this Knight of Wands. Like everything is going okay. Everything is going according to plan. I feel like, yeah, they're moving around. Like maybe they are in the process of moving, relocating, or that plan is in the works for them to move closer to you. So with that being said, let's pull some cards to see how you'll align with each other. So the way I did this for group 1, and I think I'll do it for your reading as well, we're going to take reversals for this section, and the upright cards will represent your journey, things that you're doing, and the reverse cards will represent things that they're doing. Okay, so we have the Three of Cups, which came out in the reverse. We have the Ten of Cups in the upright. We have the Nine of Cups in the upright. And we have the Queen of Wands in reverse. So 2 upright and 2 reversals. The energy is even. The first thought that I had when the Three of Cups came out is that there's someone your soulmate needs to meet. Okay, so if you haven't met this person yet in the 3D, you may have a lot of degrees of separation right now. And so they need to meet someone who knows you so that the degrees of separation can get closer. And then that puts another person into this equation. Like, it's just, there's so many moving parts when it comes to storylines unfolding and manifestations coming to fruition. And the universe is working through everyone at the same time. So like, I feel like there's someone else out there, someone you know, who has their own journey going on, and then your soulmate has their own journey going on, and at some point their paths will converge. They will meet this person that you know, and then you will meet them. There's like a whole storyline, I want to say, that is playing out. Now, if you already know your soulmate, if you already know this person, there may be an important conversation that they need to have with someone that gives them a new perspective. Someone in their life kind of giving them like lighting a fire under them. Maybe that's a strong way to say it. Someone who cares about them and can give tough love and is giving them some kind of nudge is the feeling that I get with this Queen of Wands. Like the Queen of Wands, she's loving, she's nurturing, and she's gonna tell it like it is. She's gonna light that fire under you. So the ways in which they've maybe been holding back in pursuing what they really want or being true to themselves, yeah, someone's gonna tell them, like, stop living your life for other people. So they've been wanting to move towards you for some time. If you haven't met this person yet, they've been wanting to move closer to you for some time, in the sense that, like, maybe they've been thinking about moving to your city or your country for a long time, but they're scared, or they're like, oh, but what about this person? What about that person? What about my responsibilities? What if it doesn't work out? They've been wanting to make this move, make this change. And I feel like they need to have a conversation with someone. Like, someone needs to tell them, stop. Like, stop living your life for other people. Stop worrying so much about what other people think and do what you want. They need that reminder to empower themselves. And I wonder if that emotion that they're rationalizing away sometimes is their passion, their longing, their desire for change, their thirst for adventure. I feel like your soulmate has some responsibilities to other people. Maybe it's family, because family seemed to be popping up earlier. Like, oh, I can't leave because my family will think this, or what if they need me, or what if they're disappointed? And there's maybe a deeper emotional wound there about disappointing family, or just disappointing people in general, or not living up to people's expectations that keeps them small. It's like, I'd rather not try at all than try and fail and disappoint someone, if that makes sense. And then they still maybe don't feel that seed of sadness that's in that fear. And may also kind of block themselves from fully feeling the longing that they have to change and to go on this new adventure. They may block themselves from fully feeling the passion and just keep kind of rationalizing it away. Like, oh, it's a silly dream anyway, or I don't need to go. I don't want to go. Like I can stay here. I can take care of my things. I can take care of these people. And someone is like reminding them of their passion, reminding them to feel their feelings. Like, don't let your life pass you by. Go for it. Do it. And that's an important lesson they need to learn. I really feel like they're making some change to move towards you. They're having this revelation that leads to them moving towards you. And that's going to happen in the perfect timing in their own life journey. It's a bigger lesson they need to learn about not living their life for other people and not living their life from a place of fear of disappointing others. That's like a big life lesson for them this time, and so it can't be rushed. Your cards are interesting. You have the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Cups. So I feel like this journey for you is just about deciding, I'm not gonna wait for this person to be happy in order to be happy. I'm not gonna wait for this person in order to start living my dream life and being my dream self. I feel here like peace with where you're at, happiness with where you're at, gratitude. I just keep going back to this person's face. Like, some of you may be at a low point in your journey right now. And there's this feeling, once you just allow yourself to feel that disappointment, you can move past it. And there's this feeling of there's only up from here. But you are reaching a place, or you will reach a place where you're like, I can be happy right now. I don't need to wait for any blessing to come in. I don't need to wait for any person. Like I can be happy and enjoy my life right now. It's a miracle that I'm here. This is when you start feeling that joy and that gratitude. And just releasing the pressure that your life needs to look a certain way. This does feel like it's an energy of gratitude, but also carefreeness, if that's how you say it, and presence in your life. Putting your happiness right now rather than in the past or in the future. Just know that it's already done. Just know that it's already secured. And I'm thinking of that expression, act as if, which that doesn't mean you have to like pretend that you're with your soulmate right now in the 3D if you're not, but embody that version of you and ask yourself what they would be doing, how they would be living, and just live that life and assume that identity. Bring that joy and that peace into the present moment. Okay, so we are going to do an extended reading today, and this is what has come up for your group. We are going to see how are they going to come into your life, or if you've already met this person, how are they going to come back into your life? What do they dream of doing or experiencing with you? And then we're going to see any time frames as well as signs and synchronicities to be aware of on this journey. So if that sounds good to you and you'd like to join me in the extended, that's going to be linked down below in the description and the pinned comment. It's available on Patreon as well as YouTube memberships. On Patreon, you have the option of just the individual purchase, so you don't need to become a member. But if you are considering the membership options, then you will have access to all of the extended readings that we do every month. I'm super grateful to everyone who considers that option. But if you're gonna leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And if you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my Instagram and my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your higher self, your soulmate, their higher self, your spirit guides, your spiritual team, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number threes. So if you guys chose the Lapis Lazuli, this is going to be your reading. So first, we are going to get some messages from the Blue Oracle, which I talked about in the intro. If you guys like this deck and you want to support the Kickstarter, there's going to be a link down below. We'll pull a few cards from here, and then I also want to roll some Astro Dice to get our first messages for you. Okay, we have rats. Someone could be a year of the rat. We have the Light Keeper. And we have the Wisdom. Okay, that's interesting because when the Light Keeper came out, for some reason, it was making me think that someone's waiting for you to take the lead. And then the Wisdom, maybe it's like a part of you or your higher self waiting for you to take the lead, waiting for you to make a decision and to trust that you have the wisdom to make the right choice. I feel like this, I almost call this a chandelier. That's not what that is. But maybe chandeliers are significant, or the song by Sia is significant. This candle holder thing, I feel like the flames represent knowledge, wisdom, and truth. And you are the holder of that. You hold the key to get out of a dark tunnel and into the light. You know what to do. Rats made me think that there are some things or people in your life that are kind of sneakily draining you little by little. And there may be certain things in your life that are not, they're just small enough to go under the radar, is what I'm hearing. But little by little, they chip away at your confidence, and they chip away in your ability to trust yourself. Little by little, they plant seeds of doubt in your mind. Things that chip away at your confidence. So there may be certain adjustments that need to be made right now. Certain things, places, connections, even like content and media, like stories that you're consuming, ideas that you're consuming, things that you need to cut off to come back to yourself and stop doubting yourself and doubting your truth. Because your higher self is saying here so clearly, like, you know the way. You know the way. Don't let this outside noise get in your head. You know what is right for you. You know the choice to take. Let's roll some Astro Dice. We have the number 10. I feel like 10 is coming out a lot in the dice today. It's like the third time I'm seeing it. We have the South Node. Group 1 also got 10 and the South Node. And we have Sagittarius. Some of you could have South Node and Sagittarius natally, or South Node in the 10th house, or you could have a Sag midheaven. That could also be your soulmate's placements. You don't have to, but that could just be an extra confirmation for someone. I feel like whatever it is that you know you need to do, there's something deep down you know you need to do. Outside noise just confuses you. Outside noise just makes you doubt yourself. But it has to do with you expanding doing something more ambitious, doing something more adventurous. I guess kind of. Is it risky? I don't know. Because I feel like whatever it is, you already know how to do it. You already know what it takes. I think maybe the outside world has made you believe that this decision is like scarier than it actually is, or riskier than it actually is. People might talk about their experience where they took a similar path and it didn't go well, but like they're not you. They're not you. They don't have your wisdom. They don't have your intuition. They don't have your knowledge. They don't have your blueprint. Like you know what you're doing. You're trained for this. You're prepared for this. Actually, like your human self feels like you would be going into some like unfamiliar, scary territory, but actually to your soul, it's familiar. It's comfortable. It's the outside world or some outside narratives that are making it seem daunting and that are making you doubt yourself. Okay, I just had this example come to my mind to illustrate the energy. Imagine you're a squirrel and everybody around you is a rat, and they're saying to you like, don't climb up that tree, man, it's scary up there, you're gonna fall. But you're a squirrel. Like, you were built to climb the trees. You've seen how squirrels are up there crawling on the tiniest little branch. The balance, the agility, like they were built for it. You are the squirrel, and you've internalized all these narratives about trees being not for you, being too difficult, being like not promising. There's just something that's made you doubt your path when it's literally like what you're here for. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Okay, so if you resonate with this, this is definitely your group. I want to kind of see how your soulmate plays into this, where in the journey they show up. Maybe they already have shown up. So let's see where they are. Okay. We have the King of Cups, the Spirit of Cups, which is the Knight, and we have the Nine of Rings, which is the Nine of Pentacles. The way I've been reading them so far is where they're at in their overall life journey, where they're at in the connection with you, and where they are literally, like where they're located. So we'll continue to do it like that. Where they're at in their life journey, King of Cups, it seems like they're in a very good place. This person is healed. I'm hearing specifically that they have moved through their pain, which was very brave of them. So maybe they have been through some things that are quite painful in their past, and that most people would like suppress or run away from it. And they were like, no, I'm gonna sit in it, I'm gonna feel it. I also just heard like this pain is a gift. So maybe they felt like there's a teaching in this pain, there's a wisdom in this pain, there's growth in this pain. I don't know, but it's like they radically made the decision to sit with it and move through it. And now they've come out on the other side. I don't know. When I look at this King of Cups, I see someone who is immensely healed. I see someone who has matured. And I see someone who has cultivated true inner peace. Like not peace that comes from like avoidance or spiritual bypassing, but peace that comes from like, I know that I can ride the waves of life. And I know that no matter what happens, I want to say, no matter what happens, I have my relationship to the divine. So this is a spiritual person. Like they believe in some kind of higher power, definitely think they have a relationship with their soul, with their spirit, with spirits who are on the other side, like ancestors, passed on loved ones. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I just heard like they talk to their passed on loved ones. Like I'm imagining them speaking out loud, you know, just talking to them, asking for guidance, asking for help. We're just talking about everyday things as if they're right here on earth. Okay, so this person definitely has a strong connection to the spiritual realms and very strong faith in the divine. And I think they also really believe that there's a deeper purpose for everything. And they trust in their ability to move through the waves of life, like to move through, yes, the joyous times, but to also move through the pain. Like this is an embodied spiritual person, like taking life for everything that it is and not just like seeking to be high vibe all the time and like never have any problems. They're awakened, but they're also like really grounded in the human experience. Ooh, I like this energy. They're in a good place. And I do think that some really hard, painful times are behind them. I think that things are getting better. I think that what they've been through has actually like opened their heart even more and softened them even more. And they have so much more compassion. I'm getting emotional. They have so much more compassion for themselves and for others. They feel like they're able to love more deeply and appreciate the present moment even more after everything that they've been through. They're open to receiving love of all kinds, but I think they're really open to just receiving divine love, like from the world, from the universe, from the collective. I'm seeing jellyfish in my mind's eye. I don't know what that means, but I'm just gonna tell you. Like I'm imagining it just kind of like bobbing along, floating along in the calm sea. So let's move on to where they're at in the connection with you. We have the Knight of Cups, which represents motion, like they're moving. We just finished saying they're ready to receive love, and that includes in the connection with you. So if you already know this person, they are moving towards the connection with you. If you haven't met them yet, I mean, they still are. Like, it just means that they're looking for you. They're looking for true love. They're ready for it. They're ready to give it, and they're open to receiving it. They're really in that place right now. Like, they're so full of love and seeing it everywhere in the world and just want to like share that love with you and share that love with people. They're in this like soft, affectionate lover kind of era is the vibe that I'm getting from them. Like, they're ready to come towards you as soon as they have the opportunity, or as soon as they meet you, as soon as they find you. Where they're at literally, we have the Nine of Pentacles. So, okay, actually what I'm hearing, and I don't know if this is for everyone, but I'm hearing they're not as busy as you think. So I don't know if like you know who this person is, or you just have a very strong image in your mind of what they're like. But I feel like some of you have this assumption of like, oh, they must be so busy all the time. They're always at work, or they're always at home working on something. And it's like they're more outside than you think. Like, they're out and about. They're living life. I feel like they have a good work-life balance right now. And I feel like they're close to you because if Spirit wants you to know that they're outside and they're out and about, I feel like they're saying that to confirm to you, like, you can find them, you can run into them. So that's giving like they're in your area, or they're in an area that you're going to be in very soon. Like, yes, they work hard. I feel like King of Cups and Knight of Cups, this person definitely does something they love for work. They can't not. I feel like This is the type of person, they can't have a job like just to be a job, just to make money. They have to really love what they do. They could do something creative, or like they have to feel like they're truly making a difference in people's lives, and they're connecting to people in a meaningful way through their work. So they are working hard, but they're also playing hard. They're also going outside and doing things. If you go out and do what you like, that can increase your chances of finding them. This card is related to, well, it's related to Virgo, which that could be an indication of like your everyday stuff, your everyday activities, your everyday routine. And it's also associated with Venus, which is like what you like, what you value, what brings you pleasure, where you find beauty. So if you try to incorporate more beauty or incorporate more of what you love and what you value in your everyday life, that will lead to you finding them. And there's an emphasis on giving yourself permission to do things that are not like obviously immediately productive. I don't know. I'm literally thinking of just like going to the park to admire flowers, or going to a pottery class. It doesn't even have to be structured, really. Going where you feel pleasure, doing what you enjoy. And this, I want to be clear that this is not even like a, you need to find what you're passionate about in this life, and you need to find your purpose, and you need to go do that, and then you'll find your soulmate. It's like literally just getting in the practice, getting in the daily practice of doing things that feel nice and enjoyable, and that bring more like beauty and fun into your life. So it's not like there's this secret right answer of the thing you need to discover that you love to do, and then do that and find them. It's just in your daily life, like, oh, that little cafe looks nice, I think I'm gonna go there. Or like, I'm craving matcha, so I'm gonna give myself the matcha and I'm gonna go get it. Or like, I would like to go learn how to draw. I would like to go window shopping. I would like to go into this store and look at the trinkets. I would like to get myself some crystals. Like the Venus also has a little bit of like treating yourself, adding beautiful, nice things to your life, aesthetic things, just things that bring you joy and pleasure. It doesn't feel like this, like something heavy. It's just bringing that into your daily life. And that would lead to you being more like out and about and engaging more in things you enjoy. And eventually, as you're doing that, I feel like you'll wind up in the same place. And it's just important in general to make time for the things that you like. And it's nice that that's what's going to bring you together. And yeah, that definitely confirms that you're close by. So on that note, I just saw 1919, which is the number of the sun, which is also like a fun, joyful, carefree energy. I feel like Spirit's saying go outside. Because Spirit said they're outside. So this is probably someone you'll meet in person rather than online. Also, like going to hang out with friends, making plans with your friends and loved ones. Okay. So what we're going to do for this part, we're going to see how you'll align with each other. And upright cards are going to... it fell on the floor. I'm gonna say it. I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna say this is the top. Upright cards, okay, it's upright, are going to represent things that you are doing, and reverse cards are going to represent things that they're doing. So first card we have is the Six of Pentacles in the upright. We have the Chariot in reverse. we have Temperance in reverse. That's very interesting because I don't know if you saw how it came out, like if it was in the frame, but it flipped over. And at first it didn't really look like it was gonna come out. So I was trying to keep shuffling and it kind of like, ooh, I was like tipping back and forth, which feels very temperance-y, like finding the balance, and then it fell out. But when I first saw it, I saw it upright and then it kind of tipped, and when it came out, it was reversed. So I feel like there's this balance between you and them, maybe on a spiritual level, where like, you know, you'll make a move in your life and move a little bit closer to them, and then they'll make a move in their life and move a little bit closer to you. And you kind of have to move in tandem like this. And now the scales are tipping to their side. So it feels like it's maybe their turn to make a move. Yeah, and then we have the Two of Wands in reverse. So for context, group 1 and 2, they got like 2 uprights, 2 reversals. So it was completely even. But here we have 3 reversals and only 1 upright. So that corroborates the theory that it's their turn to get something into motion. It's their turn to make a move. I really just want to say to you, group 3, like, keep doing what you're doing and just know that your inner compass will not lead you astray. You know, the first message in this reading, and I think this is just the most important thing for you, is like clearing your mind of doubts. That's the biggest takeaway. Clear your mind of doubts because you know where the F you're going. You know what the right choice is for you. You have that wisdom in you. You're a squirrel. You were built to climb trees. So don't take advice from non-squirrels who are not built to climb trees. Period. And then, the other piece of advice, of course, was to make time for the things that you like. Some of you, and I do this too, some of you could kind of put too much weight and too much pressure on like finding your purpose, finding that one big thing to give your life meaning, that one thing that you came here to do. But like your soul also came here to like have a good time and explore and dilly-dally and lie in the grass and take naps and eat yummy food and have various hobbies and be on your phone sometimes. Like, you know, your soul came to have a varied experience, and you don't have to put so much weight on like, I need to have one thing that I'm really good at, or like one thing that is my passion, and I need to find my one thing that's my purpose. Like your purpose can be many things, and your purpose can change over time. You can adjust your purpose in real time, I think, as you come here in the physical plane and get more information. You can make updates, you can make changes. Yeah, so maybe there's also a piece of advice of just like taking pressure off of yourself, because you obviously have an inner compass that is going to lead to union with your soulmate. But I think the more you doubt yourself and the more pressure you put on yourself, it doesn't completely ruin the signal from the compass, but it does make it kind of wonky. It's like if you dropped your phone in water and like you can still read the screen, but it's kind of glitching now. It's like that. It'll just make it harder to hear your inner compass with that doubt creeping in. So I think that's the most important thing. Just remember, you know where you're going. And now on your soulmate side, because I think it's their turn to make a little move towards you, they came out in this order, but whatever. We have the Chariot, Temperance, and the Two of Wands. The first thing that's coming up, and I'm not entirely sure how this message ties in yet, but it's something about your soulmate's personality where if they are like, how do I say this? If they're in a period of stillness in their life, they find that it's really, really hard to like get out of that stillness and set things into motion again. It's really hard to motivate themselves to do that. But then once they start moving, it's really, really hard to stop. So I don't know if you call that maybe like an all or nothing personality, or like whatever they do, the energy compounds a lot. So for example, if they, let's say they've been working nonstop, then they'll find it really, really hard to stop working and take a break. But then once they stop, they'll find it really, really hard to start working again. Like whatever state they're in, they could get stuck in it. Like a car that doesn't have brakes, and it's like, I will keep going in this direction until something redirects me, and then they get redirected and they're like, okay, now I'm going this way, and I will keep going this way until something redirects me. That's like a vibe that I'm getting from them. And I mean, I feel like all of us have this to some extent, where like, yeah, if you take time off from something, it can be hard to get back into it. But then once you get back into it, you don't want to stop. But I feel like they just have that like kicked into a high gear. And there's something in order to come into alignment with you, okay, yeah, that they need to start again. With the Chariot here, like they need to get back into motion. But it's difficult for them to do that. It's something like they've been out of it for a while. Something that they haven't done in a long time. But honestly, like I feel like we're giving them patience and grace because they've been through something really painful, right, in the past. And now they've come out on the other side of it. And if they need some time to just like decompress from that, then I think we understand that. And their guides are showing it to me like they just went through a really tough school year and now they're having a summer vacation. That's the vibe that I'm getting. So yes, there is some action they'll take to move closer to you. They need to get something set into motion to move closer to you. But at the same time, I feel like there's no rush. And I'm also hearing the fact that there's no rush will work in your favor. And it means you don't have to rush either. It's, I'm also seeing in my mind's eye this like analogy of two friends who have scheduled to meet up. So imagine like you've scheduled to meet your friend and you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna be late. And you feel so bad and you text them and you're like, hey, I'm really sorry, like I'm running late. And they're like, oh good, I'm running late too. Like there's not that you're late to anything, but you know what I mean? It's that feeling of, hey, I need a little bit of extra time. And oh yeah, me too. So they're not being rushed, you're not being rushed. You're gonna get there exactly at the same time, get where you need to be. You need to just stay on the path you're on. They need to take a turn somewhere to merge with you. And they know that. It's just, something's kind of stopping them from getting into motion just yet. And I do think part of that is just like, hey, I've just been through I feel like the past few years for them have just been like, what the fuck was that? Like, what was that? And I just need to, like, things are good now, I'm chilling now, but I just need to I need to sit with that for a bit. Like, what just happened? And I just need to enjoy the quiet for a bit. And then I'm gonna make some next moves in my life. Yeah, that's the vibe. I really like both of your energies. Okay, so we are going to do an extended today, and this is what came through for your group. So I want to see what move will they take to get closer to you. So this could be like an action they are taking with the intention of getting closer to you. But it could also just be an action that they're taking in life that ends up bringing them to you in some way. And I don't know why it came through like this, but I wrote, what are your higher selves cooking? Like, what are your higher selves working on right now? What are your higher selves planning together? What do your higher selves have cooking up for your human selves, for your futures? And then we're also going to see any time frames as well as signs and synchronicities to be aware of. Speaking of signs and synchronicities, I just saw 3333. That's lovely. So yeah, any time frames, signs, synchronicities to be aware of on this journey. So if you'd like to join me in the extended, it's going to be linked down below in the description and in the pinned comment. It's on Patreon and YouTube memberships. On Patreon, there is the option of individual purchase, so you don't have to join. But if you are considering joining the memberships, you will have access to all of the extended readings that we do every month. I'm super grateful to everyone who considers that option. But if you're gonna leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And if you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm gonna have linked down below my Instagram, my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your soulmate, your higher selves, your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Hi, number 4s. So if you guys chose the Cinnabite, this is going to be your reading. I haven't used the Cinnabite in ages, and so I was just Googling it, and of course results for like Cinnabite the crystal were coming up, but there was also this dessert shop that popped up called Cinnabite, and it was in Vancouver, Washington. I didn't even know that there was a city called Vancouver in Washington. I only knew about the one in Canada, but I just mentioned that because those could be significant locations for someone out there, like the city Vancouver or the state of Washington. And then also I was like digging through my old videos because I was trying to remember the last time I used this stone. And at first I thought it was in this reading I did years ago. That was Your Life in 3 Years From Now. But it was actually a channeled letter from your future self. I used Cinnabite in that reading. So I will link it for you. You don't have to watch it, obviously, but maybe for some of you, your future self has a message for you in that reading, perhaps even in the Cinnabite group. But yeah, let's get into it. So we are going to get some messages from the Blue Oracle to start off this reading, which I was talking about in the intro. Excuse me, Miss Yumi needs to come up onto the chair. There you go. Okay. Yeah, so this is the Blue Oracle that I was talking about in the intro. If you guys like this deck and you want to support the Kickstarter, it's going to be linked down below. But I'm just going to pull a few cards from here, and then we're going to roll the Astro Dice as well to get your first messages. So what do my group 4s need to know? We have the Sands of Time. I'm hearing like time is running out for your wish to come true. Like for you to meet your soulmate or for you to come together with them, time is running out. We have the Magic, And that is making me think of the Magician card in tarot. Your wish is coming true. Okay, it's like your manifestation is secured and it's only a matter of time. It's literally like when you're cooking something up and it's in the oven or it's simmering on the stove, and all you have to do is wait for the timer to beep. So you've taken the necessary actions to lock in what you're manifesting. It's just a matter of time. And we have the Storm. Okay, so yes, it's coming. Life might need to shake some things up to make room for it. So if now, at the time that you're watching this, or in the near future, perhaps it was even in the recent past, but if there's a little bit of like chaos unfolding in your life, just know that things are being shaken up and things are being moved around to create the necessary space for your manifestation to come in. It's not just like the universe messing with you. There's actually an order to the chaos. It may just feel like chaos because it's going against a plan that you had or a preconceived notion of like how you thought things should be unfolding. But it's all intentional. There's all a method to it. And the universe is saying, I promise that nothing is going to get lost. So I'm seeing this visual now of movers coming into your house. And they're like, okay, it's time to move. They just come in and they start packing shit up. And they're like, don't worry, we're not going to misplace any of your valuables. Like, don't worry, we're gonna keep everything safe. Like nothing's gonna break, but your house is just gonna be in disarray for a while. That's kind of the vibe. So the universe is not necessarily bringing this storm into your life to remove something or to destroy something. It's just like winds blowing to move things around. Like, it's like you have a room with furniture and the new piece of furniture won't fit, but you don't have to get rid of the old piece. You just have to kind of move some things and then it will fit. I hope that this is making sense, but yeah, something's gonna come up to kind of like shuffle your life around temporarily to make room for your manifestation. So do not fret if things feel chaotic or if things feel like disorganized. Maybe your schedule is becoming kind of like discombobulated. I don't know if I'm using that word correctly, but things just might feel messy and disorganized for a while. And like, that's not your fault. In fact, it's actually your magic working. Okay. Let's roll the Astro dice. Everyone's getting nodes today. Okay, you have the South node in... Wait, no, that's the North. Why am I getting confused now? No, okay, yeah, it is the South node because that line is supposed to be at the bottom. South node in Virgo, which that's actually where it is right now at the time that I'm filming. It's like in 0 degrees. That's so cool. Okay, this is a timeless reading. You can be watching this at any time, but I just think it's very interesting that at the time that I'm filming, the South node is in Virgo, but it's in 0 degrees. Like it's literally about, it just, if it moves 1 more degree, is gonna enter into Leo. It's imminent. And I feel like that just really heightens this message of the sands of time, of like, it's only a matter of time. Like you're so close to this manifestation. And you can hear Yumi, she's getting excited now. She's getting worked up. So some of you maybe like you've been feeling kind of excited recently and you can't really put your finger on it. Like you just feel like something is coming. You just feel like something is about to happen. Like I'm imagining someone stepping outside and it's just like they smell the air and they're like, a storm is coming. You can just tell. So I want to confirm for you if you've been feeling like, oh, something's brewing, something's changing in the air. I can feel it. Yes, change is coming and it's around the corner. Some of you might see some big shift happening in your life. I literally want to say later today, which is kind of crazy. Okay, that may not be for everybody, but like it feels like days. It feels like something is changing in days. Even at the time that I'm filming this, the node is gonna leave Virgo in a few days, maybe in a couple weeks, but yeah. Then we have the number 2, which is like, that's interesting, because I was saying that message of like, don't worry, like you're gonna get to keep all your valuable stuff. And this is like, second house is like your possessions, your values. Yeah, I feel like your physical, I just want to say like your physical experience, your material reality might feel kind of out of order. And it's really important that you don't judge yourself for that. With this Virgo energy, you might be kind of judging yourself harshly with feeling like everything is under control, feeling like you're sticking to the plan, feeling like you have it together. And when you see things kind of go sideways in your life, you might think like, oh no, I wasn't organized enough, I wasn't working hard enough, or you know, something like that. Like judging yourself for letting things get messed up, or judging yourself for falling off of a routine. I don't know what's happening exactly, but I just see you feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. And it's like, no, the universe is doing some very intentional moving things around right now. Okay, so let's see where your soulmate fits into all of this. We're gonna pull 3 cards. First, we're gonna see where, that's a lot, where they're at in their journey overall. But that big pile of cards falling out could be an indication that your soulmate is in a quite, how do I say this? Like imagine your soulmate's life journey is a book and the chapter that they're currently on is big. Like it's a big chapter. It's a lot of pages. There's a lot of material to take in. This chapter of their life is very big. There's a lot of volume to it. It could be a lot of lessons condensed into a short time for them. We have the 4 of Rings, conservation, practicality. This message keeps coming up over and over again that you will not lose something that's important to you. Because in the 4 of Pentacles, obviously we don't see it here, but in a lot of cards, we see a person clutching onto their coins, like they don't want to let go of them. And that reassuring message keeps coming up of like, you won't lose something. You won't lose what is meant for you. It sounds cliche, but it's true. Maybe some of you are worried about losing this person or like losing sight of them. It's interesting that I said this person instead of your soulmate. Because like this person, that's like a specific person in your mind. And you're worried, like, what if these changes make them go away? Or what if I can't hold on to them? They are, that's funny because I feel like where you're at in your life journey, things are getting shaken up. But where they're at in their life journey, things are just getting settled. They're finally, interesting, the word finally is coming up. So maybe they've been in a kind of uncertain, unstable energy for a long time and things are finally like settling down in their life. Maybe they just got into like a very stable job situation, a very stable living situation, a very stable like mental and emotional health. They're maturing, they're settling into themselves, they're becoming comfortable. It's a very earthy energy. This fell on the floor. Where they're at in the connection with you, we have the 7 of Wands, persistence. Persistence and conviction. If you guys know each other, I feel like this person has had feelings for you for a while, and that is not going to change anytime soon. And like, you're worried about what if I lose them, and no, it would take something crazy to lose this person. I feel like they're really set on you. And if you don't know this person yet, they will wait for you. They don't want anyone else other than their soulmate, aka you. This is not someone who gives up easily with the Seven of Wands. If there are barriers to your connection, any like differences between you that need to be overcome, they're ready to face those. This is also like, there's tenacity in this Four of Pentacles. Like, Four of Pentacles is tenacity. Seven of Wands is like, it's something worth fighting for. This is not the energy of someone who like just gives up in the face of a challenge, or who just wants something like easy. And that's not me predicting that there's going to be challenges in your connection, but if there are, that's not going to deter them. And for where they're at literally, we have the Emperor, wisdom and passion. I just heard they're exactly where they want to be. I am getting the feeling for this group, there's more of you within my group fours who like specifically know who this person is, maybe than the other groups. Because the information Spirit wants to give you is they're exactly where they want to be. And that gives me the sense that perhaps you have an idea of what that means. Like, if I tell you this person is getting shit done, living their dreams, achieving their goals, they're exactly where they want to be, you can imagine like where that is. You can imagine what they're doing. I mean, even if you haven't met this person in the 3D, you might just have a really clear idea of who they are as a person and what matters to them. But it may sound weird to say, because like, I don't know who this person is, but I'm proud of them, because it seems like they're living an authentic life, and yeah, they're living a life that's true to them, and they're finding stability in that. Let me just pull one more, because I just want to see, for those of you who are still maybe not sure, are they close by? Are they far away? We have the Two of Cups, respect and balance. What stands out to me in this card is the two shores, like, that are about to meet each other. Not shores, the waves, the waves on the shore. The two waves that are about to crash towards each other. That also gives a feeling of imminent union. Now, at the time that we're watching this, they could be far away physically, but they're not far away chronologically, if that makes sense. Like, something that blows my mind, like, yes, the flight from Japan to Canada is 12 hours. That is a very long flight. But at the same time, it always freaks me out that I can start the day here and then within 24 hours be sitting in my kitchen in my hometown. It's a very trippy thing. The world is not that big, you know. So even if I was across the world from you, I could reach you within a day, is giving that. So for some of you, they could be close by. For some of you, they could be far away. But what matters is that in terms of the time it's going to take them to reach you, they're not far. They're not far in that sense. Some of you could literally be like across an ocean from each other, because we have this person looking out over the ocean with the storm card, and then we can kind of see the waves from two opposite oceans here. Maybe the storm is coming to shake things up and bring you closer together in proximity. But they're doing their thing. And they're in the best energy to welcome this connection. Because yes, their feelings for you, their feelings for you are strong and haven't changed, but I feel like they're also not like gripping and holding on so tightly, which means that they can let magic happen. Okay, what do we do with Miss Yumi? Can you, okay, now she's licking me. If she gets too crazy, I can bring her upstairs and give her a treat. And that will buy us some time, but, oh wait, that's the wrong deck. We're gonna pull some cards to see how you can align with each other, or how you're going to align with each other. So what I've been doing for this section, we are gonna take reversals, and the upright cards will represent things that you're doing, and the reversed cards will represent things that they're doing in order to ultimately come into alignment. We have the King of Pentacles reversed, the Nine of Swords reversed, that's like exactly sideways. I'm gonna say this one is both of you. Both of you are doing this. Queen of Cups. Wait, let me keep it sideways so I don't get confused. That's a little bit unconventional. I don't know if I ever place cards sideways in a reading, but that's making me think of, it's Uranus, right? That orbits sideways. Uranus is currently in Gemini, which could be significant for some of you. At the time of filming this, it is in the early degrees of Gemini. Actually, I think it's Uranus must be bending the nodes right now. It's kind of a weak aspect now. It's separating, but still. That kind of matches with that energy of like unpredictable shifts happening in your life. Okay, Seven of Cups in the upright. Okay, I'm gonna start with this sideways card. This is advice for both of you. What both of you need to do is stay tuned into your inner world and what you know to be true in your heart and your soul. When I look at this card, what I see is the Queen of Cups gazing into her cup, which I think represents her inner world. There is a ship coming in on the horizon, but she's not looking at it. She is just looking at her cup. And I feel like the advice here is saying to not be swayed by external events. Is that kind of an unrealistic piece of advice? Yes, because no human, unless they're like completely dissociating, no human is gonna be unaffected by external events. But I think it's more about not letting the slight fluctuations in the outer world like send your emotions spiraling or make you question what you know to be true deep down. Energies are always going to fluctuate. Things are going to go up and come back down. And if you can stay relatively emotionally chill and certain through that, you will go a long way. So that's making me think you guys have kind of been on a crazy journey, maybe individually, maybe together, but just keep bringing the focus back to your heart center and what you know to be true. And this is very generic advice that is still very important, but trust your intuition. So in terms of what you are doing to come into alignment, we have the Seven of Cups. What I'm noticing about this is that this gnome, I guess, is facing away from the middle. And is kind of giving the vibe of, we talked about it's only a matter of time. You don't need to do anything else. You've set the timer. Your manifestation is in the oven. And it's just a matter of chilling until the timer goes off. Whether you are checking the timer or not is not going to change the outcome. I think you can be free to experience the full spectrum of your emotions. There are going to be fluctuations in your emotions and your vibration, if you will, from day to day. And I honestly don't think that that's going to affect your manifestation. I think you can feel things freely and think things freely, and it's okay. And the reason we talk about not being swayed by the external changes and staying connected to that inner calm part of you, that's mainly to give you peace, not because like you're gonna manifest if your inner world is calm, and you're gonna manifest if your inner world is chaotic. So it's really just a matter of like which one is more pleasant to be in. You know, we're always going to slip back into chaos over and over again in this life. And that's not a moral failing. You just notice it and then remember to come back to the center. Remember to come back to your soul. And we'll do this over and over again. So those fluctuations are okay. I don't really think there's so much of a need right now to be like policing your inner state and your thoughts. Just let them come and pass. If you slip into chaos sometimes, that's okay. You'll find your way back to the calm place. I really think there's something here about observing your thoughts without judgment. The less you judge your uncomfortable thoughts, the less you judge those thoughts that are hard to look at and hard to like grapple with, the quicker they'll pass. The judgment makes you hold on to it tighter, even if that's not your intention. I noticed this myself recently because I can tend to have like obsessive thought spirals over things. And I used to think like, oh my gosh, why am I having these thoughts? Like, this is so lame of me. Like, I shouldn't be thinking this way. But that just makes the thoughts stronger. If I just observe them and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm having this thought right now, that's okay. I'm human. I think like this sometimes. And I don't judge myself for it, then the thought just dissipates. It just passes. So I guess I say all of that to say, you're good. Like, you're good. Ride the waves of your emotions and just remember at the end to come back to that calm center. And I keep talking about a calm center. I think that's just like your soul. I think your soul is chilling calmly inside of you. Your soul knows that everything is okay. If I may suggest to not watch the pot and wait for it to boil, just because that makes the time seem longer, right? With this gnome looking away from the middle, I feel like you can kind of put this connection down for a while and just like go live life, and it's gonna come in its own time. But if you are, and only you're gonna know this, like if you're constantly checking in on the connection, it's not that that's like a bad thing to do. I think your guides just want you to know that could make the time feel a lot longer. Like, for example, if you were like doing a reading every day, like energy check, what's this person thinking? That will just make things feel longer versus like if you were just out living life. So it's just a suggestion. It's not like you shouldn't be doing. no, it's just like a suggestion to make the time passing more pleasant and not like filling your head with unnecessary worries. And that's another thing, like if you watch readings about this connection, and like if hearing something you don't want to hear could send you spiraling and starting to doubt the connection, it's okay to just like stop watching them. Because you know what's true inside. And these readings are only ever meant to be confirmation. And you don't have to be so swayed by them, really. So I think most of the advice for you is just about like mindset and navigating your emotions. Because when it comes to actions to take in the material world, like you've done it. Once again, it's in the oven. It's in the oven and we're just waiting. But you don't have to stare at the timer while you wait. You can go do something else. The timer will let you know, it will beep when it's time to come back. So don't worry about missing them. On their side, we have the King of Pentacles and we have the Nine of Swords. I feel like your soulmate needs to get over some imposter syndrome. But at the time that you're watching this, they're already actively doing that. Because what do we know about your soulmate? They're where they want to be. They're doing what they want to do. They're settling into their goal life. And they're settling into their new identity of their ideal self. Like they're becoming the self they've always wanted to be. And they just need to kind of, it's like they're wearing a new suit and they're just like breaking into that suit and getting comfortable in it. Your soulmate's been getting comfortable with a new identity. Ooh, that's exciting. It's like they're finally embracing their gifts. They're finally using their potential. Your soulmate has talents and gifts to share with the world. And I feel like in the past, they did so kind of hesitantly, kind of nervously. And they still may be a little bit nervous at this stage, but they're getting more and more comfortable with showing up in the world as their dream self. So I feel like if they were to have met you earlier, they would have been like, oh no, group 4 is out of my league. I'm not good enough for group 4. And like, yes, they are, but they just couldn't see it yet. And they might have kind of sabotaged the connection. Like they think that they're not good enough to be with you. They think that they're gonna lose you, and then it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I think that this time alone, this time to themselves, Yumi's doing a lot right now. This time alone to build up their confidence, build up a strong, healthy self-concept, to get over this imposter syndrome once and for all. Like they needed that. It was important. And when they do approach you, I feel like they're gonna have this like cool and chill, quiet confidence about them. And it's not a performance. Like they've really earned that. They're like fully embodied in this badass identity. It's like the person they've always said they wanted to be. Well, that's really how they overcame the imposter syndrome, by just walking the walk. By forming those new habits, by taking those actions, by showing up every day and doing what they said they're gonna do. That's how they make those self-doubting voices shut up, because now they have so much evidence stacked against those self-doubting voices. Oh, you said I can't be this? Well, what's this I'm doing every day? And at first it was probably uncomfortable and they still kind of felt like an imposter, but they're becoming more and more like natural at being who they want to be. Definitely if you're listening to this and you're like, that's me, that sounds like my journey, you can claim this for yourself as well. Maybe you have some imposter syndrome to get over too. But they're doing that actively. Like they're actively healing from it. I'm sure your soulmate knows that they have imposter syndrome, and they know that they're doing what they're meant to be doing to heal that. So yeah, I really don't feel like there's anything you need to be doing differently. Again, we know that if some shifts need to be made, the storm is gonna come in and move things around. So you'll know when the storm hits, that like, oh, okay, this is the universe rearranging stuff to bring in my blessing, you'll know. So don't judge yourself if life gets kind of disorganized for a while. I just want to close by reiterating that. Okay, so we have an extended reading today. This is what has come up for you. We are going to look at the next time you see each other. If you haven't met this person before in the 3D, you can think of this as the first time you see each other in person. And then the other thing that came up is what energy or what gifts do you bring out in each other? So we'll look at what you bring out in them, what they bring out in you, and then any time frames as well as signs and synchronicities to be aware of on this journey. So I think I'm going to bring Yumi upstairs and give her dinner, and then I'm going to come back down here and do the extended because she's getting a little bit crazy. As you can see. So anyway, if you would like to join me in the extended, that's going to be linked down below in the description as well as in the pinned comment. It will be on Patreon as well as YouTube memberships. And on Patreon, there is the option to do a one-time purchase, so you don't have to become a member. But if you are considering the memberships, you will get access to all of the extended readings that go up every month. I'm super grateful to everyone who considers that option. If you're going to leave the reading here, thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And if you'd like to find me elsewhere, I'm going to have linked down below my Instagram, my music channel, which includes the intro song of this video. That is an original song. I'll also have my latest release linked down below. Thank you guys so much for supporting me, my channel, and anything I do. I really appreciate having you here, and I'm sending so much love to you, your soulmate, your higher selves, your spirit guides, your spiritual teams, and all of your loved ones, both here on earth and in the other realms. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.